What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of XP After Dark, the podcast where we kick back, relax, and talk gaming after dark. I'm your host, Logan, from Laser Gaming XP, and tonight we have a huge episode for Call of Duty fans. For years, the community has been asking for it. For years, players have begged Activision to do something with some of the most beloved games in franchise history. And now, it looks like we're finally getting our wish. Tonight, we're talking about the latest happenings across the gaming industry, the official return of Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 to PlayStation, why this could be one of the biggest Call of Duty moments in years, everything we know about MW4. So grab a drink, settle into your chair, and let's talk gaming. The gaming industry is in a really interesting place right now. We're seeing a major shift away from older hardware. For years, developers have been supporting PS4 and Xbox One. Those consoles launched back in 2013. Think about that for a second. Some gamers playing Black Ops 7 today were toddlers when the PS4 launched. Yet somehow that hardware continued to be supported for over a decade. Now we're finally seeing studios begin to leave those systems behind. Modern Warfare 4 is one of the biggest examples of that change because it will not be launching on PS4 or Xbox One. Instead, Infinity Ward is focusing entirely on modern hardware like the PS5, Xbox Series X, Series S, PC, and Nintendo Switch 2. For gamers, this is both exciting and frustrating. Exciting because developers can finally push graphics, physics, AI, and map design further than ever before. Frustrating because not everyone has upgraded yet. Gaming is expensive. A PS5 isn't cheap. A gaming PC definitely is not cheap. And for many people, their PS4 still works perfectly fine. But eventually, every generation reaches a point where developers need to move forward, whether we like it or not. We're reaching that point now. Another major story involving Treyarch. Mark Gordon, one of the key leaders at Treyarch, recently retired after more than 20 years with the studio. That's significant because Treyarch helped create some of the most iconic Call of Duty experiences ever made. World at War, Black Ops, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Zombies, and the list goes on. So when a veteran like that steps away, it really feels like the end of an era. The question now becomes, can Treyarch continue the success of the Black Ops franchise moving forward? Only time will tell. So let's talk about the biggest story of the week, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. Two games that many players consider peak Call of Duty, and they're officially coming back to PlayStation. Reports indicate the ports are arriving in July and are being handled by Iron Galaxy. Now let me ask you something. How many of you listening right now have memories tied to these games? Because I have many memories. Maybe it was racing home from school to jump into multiplayer. Maybe it was staying up until 3 in the morning grinding zombies with your friends. Maybe it was experiencing the BO1 campaign twist for the very first time. For me personally, Black Ops represents one of the greatest eras in Call of Duty history. I remember always racing home from school to hop on. And then I remember always getting in trouble for staying up too late for playing zombies. Those were the days. When people talk about the golden age of COD, these are the games they usually mention. Black Ops 1 released in 2010, nearly 20 years ago. It gave us Mason, Woods, Hudson, Dragovich, and Reznov, and one of the greatest campaigns Call of Duty has ever produced. To this day, people still quote, "The numbers, Mason. What do they mean?" It wasn't just a military shooter, it was a psychological thriller, a conspiracy story, a Cold War action movie, and it worked. Then you had multiplayer, firing range, Nuketown, Summit, Jungle, Array. So many classic maps that players still remember today. And then there were zombies. Kino der Toten, 5, Ascension, Call of the Dead, Moon. Some of the most iconic zombies experiences ever created. Then came Black Ops 2, a game that many people believe is still the greatest Call of Duty ever made. Black Ops 2 was ahead of its time. It introduced branching campaign choices, multiple endings, the Pick 10 system, league play, and future technology. Back in 2012, that stuff was revolutionary. The campaign let your decisions actually matter. The multiplayer is still considered one of the most balanced in the franchise history. In Zombies, Mob of the Dead, Origins, Buried, freaking Transit. Love it or hate it, BO2 delivers some unforgettable experiences. The exciting part is that these are expected to be full ports, not campaign-only releases. Treyarch officially confirmed that it will be campaign, multiplayer, and zombies, all built on a brand new server system dedicated to PS4 and PS5. This means players could experience the complete Black Ops package on modern PlayStation hardware. And honestly, this might be exactly what Call of Duty needs right now. Because one thing has become clear over the years. Players love nostalgia. They want classic experiences. They want to relive memories. And these games represent some of the best memories Call of Duty has ever created. Now let's switch gears and talk about the future, because while we're celebrating the return of the past, Modern Warfare 4 is preparing to take us into the next era of Call of Duty. Infinity 4 launches October 23rd and is being developed by Infinity Ward. This game is doing something we've never really seen before in the Modern Warfare reboot series. It's moving the conflict to the Korean Peninsula. According to Activision, North Korea launches a full-scale invasion while Captain Price operates in the shadows pursuing a dangerous threat. The campaign expands across locations, including Korea, New York, Paris, and Mumbai. And that sounds absolutely massive. Infinity Ward says MW4 is focusing on more grounded combat, better weapon handling, improved movement, more authentic gameplay. And honestly, I think that's what many players want. After years of extreme movement mechanics and over-the-top gameplay systems, there seems to be a growing demand for something more tactical and grounded. And IW has also confirmed that the launch maps for multiplayer in MW4 will be fresh, never seen before. One of the biggest announcements is the return of DMZ. DMZ is coming back as a dedicated extraction experience with evolving combat zones and dynamic objectives. Now, whether you're a fan of extraction shooters or not, this is a huge deal. A lot of players felt DMZ had incredible potential. The problem wasn't the concept, the problem was support. So IW truly commits to DMZ this time. It could become one of the standout modes of MW4 and one of the best shooter extraction modes or games we've seen. Here's the question I want everybody listening to think about. What are you more excited about the future or the past? Because right now Call of Duty is trying to do both. On one hand, MW4 is pushing forward. New tech, new story, new systems, new hardware. But on the other hand, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 are coming back. Two games that many fans still consider better than most modern Call of Duty titles to date. Which is a fascinating situation because Activision is essentially competing against its own legacy. And that's not easy. When fans still talk about BO1 and BO2 14 to 16 years later, that tells you how special the games were. That's going to do it for tonight's episode of XP After Dark. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to follow the podcast, leave a review, and share it with a friend who loves gaming. Also, let me know, are you more excited for BO2 and BO1, Return to the PlayStation, or are you looking forward to MW4? Personally, I'm looking forward to all three. Drop your thoughts in the comments because I'd love to hear what you think. It's Logan from Lazy Gaming XP, and this has been XP After Dark. And until next time, stay safe, stay gaming, and I'll see you on the next episode.